What if you could make a treasure map of your own body-mind and explore how trillions of different parts of yourself, described through 4 distinct types of self aspects or subconscious parts, are experiencing personal realities through the body-mind in relation with everything going on inside and outside of you, and how the brain and the body are wired based on past experiences, creating information in relation with the well-being of specific internal attachment systems. How fun would it be to create a personalized treasure map where you get to understand your own inner realities and how hundreds of trillions of energetic pathways carrying all kinds of information, including unconscious memories from your entire life since infancy, are organized in 4 distinct regions that navigate certain energetic components of experience, and how all these different parts of yourself are experiencing life through and from that brain-body wiring. And how fun would it be for these treasure maps to be fun and colorful and simple and easy to understand and easy to explore, even though they carry some incredible depths of complexities regarding neuroscience and psychology and stuff like that. How fun would it be to have this personalized treasure map where you get to map the treasures of your body-mind, the treasures of your consciousness, the treasures of your soul self, the treasures of your subconscious parts, the treasures of the energetic wiring helping you navigate and regulate your own existence, treasures of how personal experience comes to be within your own inner being and inner realms. And how amazing would it be for these treasure maps to be a breakthrough, for you to understand what's happening inside of you, inside of your brain, inside of your body, throughout different components of experience, whether that's an implicit health challenge or disruptions in relationships or whatever it might be, to be able to understand personal experiences and maybe parts of it that you would like to shapeshift if possible, but from a space of compassionate awareness and a deep validation of what's actually causing and creating this, and a deep compassionate validation for the parts of you who are within the experience. And from that space of expanded awareness and deep compassionate self-attunement, to have so much infinite inner power to consciously and intentionally resculpt your body-mind, and to use this treasure map to map out the pathway, and then X marks the spot of how you want your parts of consciousness to experience life through your body-mind, and for it to be fun and easy and simple and joyful and loving, no matter how complex the body-mind wiring is, no matter how complex or confusing or deep or intense the personal experience is. To be able to use these treasure maps to change your life. To use these treasure maps to know more of you. To use these treasure maps to understand your experience in brand new ways. And maybe make sense of stuff that has been going on for decades. Maybe understand your entire life experience in new ways. Maybe understand certain patterns of thoughts or feelings or actions. And to use these treasure maps to change your life for the better, to expand into more of you, to nourish the body-mind wiring that is allowing you to have a personal experience. And so if something comes up in personal reality, to rally with parts of yourself to energetically influence that body-mind wiring and gradually create effective transformation in blissfully enjoyable ways. If this speaks to you, I invite you to explore offerings in relation with my treasure trove. I've developed these very incredible diagrams that I now use as treasure maps, and they are offered in a wide variety of incredible creations and services through my business. And my favorite, not that I have favorites because they're really all incredible and have really all changed my life in profound ways, but one of my favorites are treasure mapping calls, video calls. And we connect through a video call, a one-on-one or group video call. And it can be anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours, and we just squeeze in as much magic as we possibly can. The longer the call, the more in depth we can get into your personal experience, your aspects of self, your body-mind wiring, and how to make sense of all of it through the treasure map, and then to use that information to move forward in transformative ways and have so many tools and opportunities to shift life in any way that you choose from the inside out. And so the longer the call, the more we'll cover and the more in depth we'll get. But the calls are available from 30 minutes to 2 hours, just depending on how much you're ready to jump into these magics, how much you want to invest in them, and how much you want to receive from the experience. And through these treasure mapping video calls, we get to go through this incredible journey. And it's, what are you experiencing? And then we make sense of it and we map it out. And we get to draw and color and play and have fun and make sense of these realities in new ways that can really serve you on your healing journey of loving liberation. And whether it's a chronic pattern of navigation, like a thought, a feeling, or a habit, a movement, a certain type of behavior, just like a way that your body naturally moves and makes choices and navigates life, action patterns, or thoughts or feelings or sensations or narration or beliefs or dialogue that might come up in the mind, whether it's a long time chronic pattern of style of navigation, whether it's a chronic pattern of a certain type of regulation we can trace back to unconscious memories in relation with attachment with being, whether it's a certain thing that comes up when you're in a certain type of situation, a certain thing that kind of happens in your inner realities when you're in a certain type of situation or experience or interacting with a certain type of person or place or thing. Anything that might be coming up in experience, and then we make sense of all of that. And we distinguish who you are from the experience, knowing that the identity and the worth of yourself has nothing to do with personal experience or brain-body wiring, and that the you that is you is always more than that. And then from this space of having an understanding of the body-mind wiring that's affecting personal experience and having a deeper attuned connection with the parts of the self who are actually within that experience flowing through that body-mind information, then we can use these treasure maps to map out new treasures. How do you want this body-mind wiring to be? How do you want this region of subconscious realms to be affecting personal realities? How do you want these parts of yourself to experience this information they're connected with? How do you want to be there for these parts of yourself? And how can understanding how 4 distinct body-mind regions, each with different wiring and parts of the self, having this understanding help to create more community from within? Because if there's, for example, unfulfilled attachment needs in one area, then parts of the self from another region that are doing maybe a little bit better can actually come in and be there for those parts of the self that are having a tough time. And knowing this in a treasure mappy way, where we've really mapped out the details of everything happening beyond awareness, gives us more power to tap into those parts of the self who can be there for these other parts of the self, while consciously shape-shifting body-mind wiring in new ways to improve life experience moving forward as your inner realms start to kind of evolve past what you maybe are experiencing and evolve into greater expanses of potential experiences. And so through these treasure mapping video calls, one-on-one or in a group, And if you do a one-on-one call and you have like a friend nearby or something to join, that's okay. I'm comfortable with that. Group calls are when there's like more than 2 people and maybe those people are in different locations around the world or across the country or city or something. Maybe, you know, like 10 people or something, maybe 10, 15, 20 people, and maybe they're not in the same place. Those would be good for a group video call. But if you want to do a video call and you just have like maybe one friend that is there with you in the same physical location, then that still qualifies for a one-on-one video call, okay? And so these treasure mapping services are really amazing. And again, you can do them for anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours, but you know, the longer we do the call for, the more you'll get out of it, of course. So just choose what's best for you. And there's just a lot of magic that happens. And being able to connect with parts of the self and to understand this body-mind wiring that's affecting personal experience, it's a game changer. It's a game changer. And maybe things that never made sense can really make sense. Maybe things you never understood can be fully validated. And maybe things you never thought could be transformed finally have new opportunities to shapeshift in positive, profound, and powerful ways. And maybe those parts of yourself that you had a hard time understanding or a hard time connecting with or a hard time accepting or a hard time loving or a hard time being there for, you can be there for, because now you'll start to see them for who they really are and not just the way that they were experiencing this body-mind navigation stuff. And I would be absolutely honored to share this sacred, sacred, sacred medicine with you. You can find out more about all the different potentials of these treasure maps on my Treasure Trove webpage. And there, while you're exploring it, there's a whole list of the purposes and potential of the treasure map. And so anything that's in there, we can also explore during a treasure mapping call, even if it's different from anything that I maybe just described. All of the purposes and potentials for this treasure map and its purpose and reason for being as a diagram that's used in treasure mapping services. Those are all listed out on the website, so please feel free to scroll through and explore those. And then if anything resonates and you're like, I maybe don't have like a specific experience that I want to like understand and transform, but I'd really like to understand this topic in relation with myself. Then we can explore that in a treasure mapping call and kind of tackle the magical treasure mapping exploration from a different angle, just to bring expanded awareness or whatever you are intending to receive from that experience of connecting with me. If you have any clarifying questions before scheduling your call, you can always complete the Connect with Kristin form on the homepage of my website. I'd be happy to answer anything that you're wondering about before you jump into these offerings. And if you'd like to explore the treasure map, but in a way where we're not connecting one-on-one, maybe through some other content creation, there's lots of different offerings. And there's videos and courses and programs and practices, and there's something for every type of the journey. There's, $22 mini classes, different playbooks and programs that are, maybe $88 or $100. And then there's really deep, in-depth, longer courses that are like $2,000. So there's really something for everyone. And so if you're curious about these ideas and you want to connect with maybe just the offering that perfectly fits where you're at in your journey, I'd be happy to share. There's lots of different ways to explore this. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. I look forward to connecting with you through these offerings. They're very powerful, sacred magic and medicine. And you can find out more on my website with the video description below has all the links and the information. Just take your time browsing it and just see what resonates with you and what might be of service in your healing journey of loving liberation. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being you.